गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरा यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Shri Hari Nam Sankirtan Ki. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalan Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्ता कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. Good morning, everyone. So today we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. We're reading from canto number 4, entitled King Prithu's Appearance and Coronation. And today we're reading multiple verses, 17 to 21. So 17 is on the board, so we'll read 17 together, and then we'll go forward from there. Dasachandram Ashim Rudra Satachandram Tathambika Somamritamayan Ashvam Tvastva Rupaya Shrayam Ratham. Dasachandram Ashim Rudra Sachachandram Tathambika Somamritamayan Ashvam Tvashta Rupa Shrayam Ratham. Dasachandram Ashim Rudra Sachachandram Tathambika Somamritamayan Ashvam Tvashva Rupa Shrayam Ratham. Tamdika Somomita Mayanashvam Tvashta Rupashrayam Ratham Dasachandra Mashim Rudra Tamdika Dasachandram, decorated with 10 moons. Asim, sword. Rudra, Lord Shiva. Satachandram, decorated with 100 moons. Tatha, in that manner. Ambika, the goddess Durga. Somaha, the moon demigod. Amritamayan, made of nectar. Ashvan, horses. Tvasta, the demigod Vishvakarma. Rupa Ashrayam, very beautiful. Ratham, a chariot. Translation by His Divine Grace, Shilesi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: Lord Shiva presented him with a sword within a sheath marked with 10 moons, and his wife, the goddess Durga, presented him with a shield marked with 100 moons. The moon demigod presented him with horses made of nectar, and the demigod Vishvakarma presented him with a very beautiful chariot. So King Prithu is being coronated, and all the demigods have not just arrived, and they're not just wishing him well, but they're tangibly giving him gifts. To give gifts is a part of spiritual culture. Dadati pratigranati guyam akyati prachati bhunkte bhojayate chaiva sadvida priti lakshanam. That this is the way in which you express your love, your appreciation for someone, not just with words but with tangible gifts. And so all of them are coming with different gifts. So this is what we do when we come to a worshipable person or respectful person. Then we never come empty-handed. Even Srila Prabhupada, when he began the first temple in 26 2nd Avenue, then he told the hippies, when you come, you should bring something for the... Actually, once Prabhupada was in San Francisco, so he came in to do a program, and as he came into this hall to do a program, there were people dancing in banana suits on the stage. So Prabhupada looked at a devotee, he said, what's the meaning of this? So the devotee said the hippies are celebrating because they've discovered that if you take the banana skin and you dry it in a certain way and then you light it and you inhale the fumes, then it's a cheap substitute for LSD. Don't try this at home. So Prabhupada's like, oh, so they're celebrating. So the devotee said, yes, Prabhupada, but no problem. They are donating 100 tons of bananas, not 100 tons, but 1 ton of bananas to Jagannath every month. But the deal is they want the banana skins back. Can you imagine? I was like, came to America, I never thought it would be like that, you know? Like, you donate the bananas and ask for the banana skins back. But yes, Prabhupada taught the devotees, whenever you come in front of Krishna, you should always try to bring something. And actually, when we're hearing all of these individuals giving Prithu Maharaj gifts, actually the deeper meaning is that they're not just giving a gift, but they're giving the gift of their faith, actually. Prithu Maharaj is being installed as the next leader, and by them giving their gifts, they're confirming, we believe in you. We have confidence in you. You are our leader and we accept you. And this is very, very beautiful, that actually someone can give you many, many gifts in your life. But the greatest gift that you can be given in your life is the faith of someone else. See, most people in the world, they have everything, but one thing they're lacking is confidence. Many of us, there's so many beautiful things that we can do for Krishna, but actually one thing we're lacking is confidence in ourselves. So when someone comes along in our life and gives us faith, gives us confidence, says, I believe in you, you can do it, then actually this is the greatest gift. So they say that there's no greater gift you can have in your life than someone who has more faith than you have in yourself. And so as we read all of these demigods coming to give Prithu Maharaj different gifts, we should understand that what's really being shown here is that they're giving the gift of their faith. They're saying, Prithu Maharaj, we believe in you. Okay, I'll continue reading. Text number 18. Agne rajagavam chapam suryo rasha mayanishun bhupaduke yogamayo dyo pushpavalim anvaham. The demigod of fire, Agni, presented him with a bow made of the horns of goats and cows. The sun god presented him with arrows as brilliant as the sunshine. The predominating deity of Burloka presented him with slippers full of mystic power. The demigods from outer space brought him presentations of flowers again and again. Purport. This verse describes that the king's slippers were invested with mystic powers, Paduke Yogamayo. Thus, as soon as the king placed his feet in the slippers, they would immediately carry him wherever he desired. Could have done with a pair of those before coming to Australia. It's like, that flight was a killer. Mystic yogis can transfer themselves from one place to another whenever they desire. A similar power was invested in the slippers of King Prithu. It's very interesting. Srila Prabhupada makes this point that the yogis, they get these powers, they can go. They can just transport themselves from one place to another. Just like now Kumbh Mela is going on, isn't it? So Kumbh Mela, I don't even know what the figures are now. I don't even think the Indian government knows, but I think it's something in the region of 300 million people come there in a month. What's the population of Sydney? 3 million? 5 million? 25? Okay, there you go. Let's just say 5 million. Okay, let's say 10. Give them 10. 30 times the size of Sydney in a temporary city. On the main bathing day, I think the main bathing day just went, right? 80 million people there. So Prabhupada said, the government doesn't even know how all the yogis get there, because there's not enough trains to bring that many people. Prabhupada said, but they don't know. The yogis can go down in one river, they can chant a mantra, and they can appear in the Triveni Sangam. So I went Kumbh Mela 12 years ago. So you see all these yogis coming out of the Sangam. I don't know if they went in or out, they just appear. I'm not that, I can't say. But definitely you see a lot of yogis coming out of the Triveni Sangam. It's kind of a mystical place, Kumbh Mela. So we were going around Kumbh Mela trying to meet all the people with mystic powers, you know, levitating, producing something. So all these siddhis are there, it's possible. It's actually said that even a devotee can attain the mystic siddhis by Krishna's grace. There are, you are aware, there are 8 siddhis, Asta Siddhi. Anima means the yogi can become smaller than the smallest, can almost disappear, become invisible. Mahima means the yogi can become bigger than the biggest, can cover incredible amounts of space. Laghima means the yogi can become lighter than the lightest. That's how yogis levitate. Anyone ever seen anyone levitate? Yeah, it's possible. You can become lighter than the lightest. Prapti. Prapti means the yogi, this is the fourth siddhi. What they can do is they can attain anything from anywhere, from a distance. So say for example we're here and I'm like, I want a mango from Guyana or something. Then it said that the yogi by his power can immediately stretch out the hand and get a mango from Guyana. And linked to this siddhi of prapti is what we're talking about here, which is this kind of ability to teleport or to move and cover space-time like that. Fifth siddhi is known as prakamya. The yogi can satisfy any desire. They have a desire and then immediately they can just like this, satisfy it. Ishitva is the sixth siddhi. This means that the yogi has the power to control the material elements. The material elements normally are controlling us, isn't it? Once in the Brahmacharya ashram we were having a debate over whether football is a bona fide. Well, you know, these deep theological issues that we grapple with. So everyone gets their Veda base out and, you know, like, okay, let's look, search it up, football, you know. Anyway, then someone found a quote by Prabhupada and Prabhupada said, life is like a game of football. You think you're the player, but actually you're the football. Okay. So it's like that. Most people are just being hit around by the waves of material nature, the waves of the material laws. But a yogi who has Ishitva, Siddhi, they have the power actually to control many of the laws and therefore they can defy things. Of course now Kumbh Mela is so much being documented. IIT Baba and all this. All these people are becoming very famous. But one thing that this American reporter, he wrote this whole article on yogis having a fire bath. You've heard of a water bath? They're just going to sleep in a fire. He's watching it in front of his eyes. How are these individuals able to defy the laws of nature? Possible. Ishitva. Become immune to the laws of nature. Vishitva is another interesting siddhi. This is the seventh one. This means that the yogi, by their mystic accomplishment, has the power not just to control material nature, but to control your mind. Yes, a yogi, someone who is very, very powerful, they can control people's minds. Like this. Once there was a reporter and he said to Prabhupada, he was doing an interview, and he said to Prabhupada, where do you guys get your money from? We could write a book, imperfect questions, perfect answers. It's like questions these reporters come out with. So he's asked Prabhupada, where do you get your money from? Prabhupada said, we get our money from Krishna. He was like, yeah, I know all the Krishna stuff, you know, I know all your high feelings, but where do you actually get your money from? Prabhupada said, we get it from Krishna. And then Prabhupada looked at the reporter and he said, Krishna is in your heart. And if we tell Krishna, tell the reporter to give the Swami all your money, you will have to give it. And at that moment, he got a little bit nervous, you know. So, of course, Prabhupada wasn't just controlling the minds, but very, very powerful yogis, they can actually do this. Actually, even very, very powerful orators in the world. They do some austerity, then people, by the power of their speech, they can actually control people's minds. It happens. Vishitva. And the final of the Asta Siddhis is Kamaya Vasita, which means the yogi can fulfill all their desires. Of course, only the Bhakti yogi can ultimately do this, because the ultimate desire is to experience love. So like this, Prithu Maharaj received these slippers, and he was being endowed with these mystic powers, and in this way he was able to transport himself wherever he wanted. Text 19. I'm going to 21, right? 21. Natyam sugitam vaditram antardhanam chake chara Rashayascha shisha satya samudra sankhamatmajam. Translation. The demigods who always travel in outer space gave King Prithu the arts to perform dramas, sing songs, play musical instruments, and disappear at his will. The great sages also offered him infallible blessings. The ocean offered him a conch shell produced from the ocean. Sindhava parvata nadyo ratha vitir mahatmanah sutotha magado vandi tam stotum upatashire. The seas, mountains and rivers gave him room to drive his chariot without impediments, and a Suta, a Magadha and a Vandi offered prayers and praises. They all presented themselves before him to perform their respective duties. Stavakam stamabhi pretya prithurvainya pratapavan Meghanir radaya vacha prahasan idamabravit. Thus, when the greatly powerful King Prithu, the son of Vena, saw the professionals before him, to congratulate them he smiled, and with gravity of the vibrating sounds of clouds he spoke as follows. So Prithu Maharaj is feeling incredibly humbled, he's feeling incredibly undeserving of the kindness of all of these demigods who are giving him so many beautiful gifts. Perhaps one of the lessons we can take from this is, as we try to take up a service for Krishna, then along the way what Krishna will do is he'll arrange for different personalities and in different ways for us to receive gifts. And these gifts that we receive along the way in our life are an opportunity to serve Krishna better. Srila Prabhupada once said, Krishna tested me in two ways. First, Krishna took everything away from me. Yasyaham anugrinami harishe tad dhanam shanai. Krishna says, when I especially favor someone, then I take everything away. So Prabhupada said, Krishna first tested me by taking everything away from me. But then Krishna tested me by giving me everything. Krishna gave Srila Prabhupada opulence. Krishna gave Srila Prabhupada fame. Krishna gave Srila Prabhupada so many wonderful souls to assist him. Krishna gave Srila Prabhupada so many boons. And Srila Prabhupada's great qualification was that he never tried to enjoy any of those gifts. What will happen is, in the journey of our spiritual life, we will receive many, many gifts. And one of the traps that we can fall into is we can try to begin to enjoy those gifts. This is known as Taranga Rangini. Even the Sanskrit word sounds nice. Taranga Rangini. Taranga Rangini means riding the waves of devotion. When you enter into devotional life, then what happens is many gifts come, many opulences come, many things come. And we have the choice whether to become diverted by that or whether to say, this is coming to me, now let me utilize it in service. the weaker devotee, the less accomplished devotee sells out. And they get some pleasure along the way or some opulence and they enjoy it and they think that's what it is. But the wise person knows to wait and to utilize it in a proper way. There's something much greater in the future. So don't sell out for the lesser thing. Isn't it just like when you go India and you go to Loi Bazaar and you want to buy something? So then you know, I want to buy this, okay, yes. And then he says the price, 1,000 rupees for you, no profit. And in your mind you do the conversion to Sydney dollars. And you think, is that it? That's a bargain. Okay, I'll buy it. And then the accomplished person next to you says, no, relax. He said, no, just the brahmachari, no money, less. Then he says, okay, 800. No, it's too much. Okay, 500. Then you have to start walking out of the shop. No. Too much. No, come back. Take a chance. And then finally when he gets to 200, you understand this is the real price. Okay, deal. But if you sell out immediately because it looks good, but there's something much better coming, don't sell out. So therefore, the gifts that come to us, we have the opportunity either to exploit them for our own enjoyment. Some people, what they do is they try to neglect those gifts. But Krishna says you shouldn't do any of these. Instead, what you should do is take the gifts that are given to you along the journey of spiritual life and then utilize it for Krishna. My good friend Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, he says, what you are is what is Krishna's gift to you. And what you become is your gift to Krishna. I thought that's very nice. What you are means you've been given certain ability, certain talent, certain aptitude, certain personality. That is Krishna's gift to you. But now what you do with those gifts, how you utilize them and how you engage them in service, that is your gift to Krishna. Krishna is giving you gifts and you have the opportunity to give a gift back to Krishna. And so Prithu Maharaj is getting all of these gifts, but he's not going to enjoy them. Rather, he's going to say, oh, you gave me this chariot, you gave me this bow, you gave me these slippers. I'm going to use them so that I can do my duty and serve the people. Rupa Goswami explains, Anashaktasya Vishayan Yatharham Upayunjata Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate. That when you have anashaktasya vishayan, when you have no attachment to something, Hari Sambandha Vastuna, and you understand how to connect that to Hari. There's an object, you have no personal attachment to it, but you understand the Hari Sambandha, how to connect it in Krishna's service. Then Rupa Goswami says, Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate. This is known as Yukta Vairagya, or the right type of renunciation. And he says, someone who just gives things up. Prapanjikataya buddhya Hari Sambandha Vastuna Mumukshubi Parityago Falgu Vairagyam Uchyate. If they give it up without knowing what is the connection to Krishna and how to utilize it, then their renunciation is Falgu Vairagya, is of a lesser quality. And so here King Prithu is receiving all of these gifts and he will use all of them in Krishna's service. And we can meditate today, what gifts did I receive from the Vaishnavas? What gifts did I receive from my parents? What gifts did I receive as part of my karmic bank balance? Kunti Maharani teaches us that good karma comes in different forms. Janmeshwarya, Shruta Shri Bhir, Eidamana Madapuman. That if you have janma, good birth, in a good family, this is a gift of Krishna. Aishwarya, if you have wealth, if you've been blessed with money, this is a gift from Krishna. Shruta, if you have a good intelligence, good cognition, ability to analyze, understand, explore, this is a gift from Krishna. And Shri, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest? If you have beauty, that's also a gift from Krishna. Kunti Maharani says, if you're intoxicated by these things, then you can never worship Krishna with devotion. Most of the world is mad after increasing these things. But Kunti Maharani says, if you've been given these things, take it as Krishna's gift to you and utilize it in service. If you are fortunate to have a good upbringing and good association and you receive many gifts from that family, then utilize that for service. If you have beauty, people generally listen more attentively to a beautiful person. What to do? It's just the world we're living in. If you have beauty, you can also utilize it to bring good into the world, isn't it? Krishna came as Mohini Murti and had a captivating beauty. And with that beauty, what did Mohini Murti do? She completely captivated and tricked the demons. Aishwarya, if you have money, if you have wealth, if you are blessed with all the material resources that anyone could want, use it, Krishna. And intelligence, if you have that, then Srila Prabhupada established Bhaktivedanta Institute, and he wanted all his PhDs and learned disciples to cut atheism at the roots by explaining Krishna consciousness in a very, very scholarly, rational, logical and scientific, empirical way. So whatever capacity one has been given, don't try to exploit it and enjoy it. Don't neglect it as well. Instead, take it, use it for Krishna. Remember, what you are is Krishna's gift to you. And what you become is your gift to Krishna. And so these are some points we can meditate on as we hear about Prithu Maharaj receiving all of these gifts. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So I won't speak too much general. I'm just trying to stick on the point. Let me pause here and see whether anyone may have any question or comment or something more you want to know. Yes. So sometimes you get a service and then you feel that I got this service, I feel very proud. How should we mitigate that? Well, there may also be services which the Vaishnavas give you which make you humble as well. Whenever someone would join the Brahmacharya ashram and we were assigning their service, then we would use a formula. We would give people 3 types of services. One service was the service they wanted. That was the service they were inspired by. The service that was in my nature, Prabhu. But then we also gave them a service that was needed. A service that was just the need of the day. Wash the pots. I can't do it. It's not my nature. And Krishna says, you should act in your nature. No. Krishna also says you should be a servant. Sarva dharman parityaja. you should also give up your dharma sometimes. So we would also give devotees services that were just needed, the need of the day. And then we would give devotees services which were hard. Yes, because when you have to do a hard service, then you have to rely on Krishna. So if you only do the service that you like, and if you only do the service that you're inspired by, you maybe get inspiration, but you'll miss out on a whole bunch of other things. So therefore in your life, also just do the service that's needed. Look around at the temple and see the service that everyone is not doing. And instead of putting it on Facebook saying, this doesn't happen at Sydney Temple, we can roll up our sleeves and say, I'll do it, because there's a need. And when we do that, then we get mercy, and we become humble, because we realize, I'm just a servant. And then we should do something that is hard, something that pushes us beyond our comfort zone, because then we realize, I'm not the doer. It's our basic problem. Kartaham iti manyate. We think I'm the doer. But when we have to do a hard service, then we look up at Krishna and say, Krishna, I can't do it. Help. And in that, we develop that service mood. Alright? So try to balance it. That would be good. Yes. Loud. How to develop confidence? Speak louder. Said that very confidently. Arjuna is on the battlefield, and Krishna tells him, Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. Krishna tells Arjuna, I've killed everyone on the battlefield already. I've already done it. Now you just have to become an instrument in my plan. We develop confidence by knowing I'm not the doer. We develop confidence by knowing Yatra Yogeshvara Krishna. Wherever there is Krishna, there will always be victory. We develop confidence by knowing that Krishna says, Yoga Kshemam Vahami Aham. I preserve what you have and I carry what you lack. Therefore, a devotee is quietly confident. They're confident in the most humble way, because they realize I'm nothing, I'm small, I'm tiny, I'm insignificant, I can't do it. But Krishna can do anything through me. And therefore, if you think you can't do it, or you think you can do it, both are exhibitions of false ego. If you think, no, I can't do it, I'm useless, that's false ego, because you're thinking you're the doer. And if you think, yes, I can do it, I've done it 1,000,000 times, then that's also false ego, because your abilities, Krishna can take it away in a flash. And if you've never experienced it, just go out on book distribution. Because you can go to the same spot, the same day of the week, same weather, same books, and use the same lines and have a completely different result, because you realize, I can't control it. Krishna is controlling everything. So, Srila Prabhupada, when he came to America, he said, Krishna, I don't know why you brought me to this terrible place. Boro kripa koile Krishna adhamer prati ki logi onila heta koro e bhagati. He says, I don't know why, Krishna, you brought me here, but now I'm a puppet in your hands. And if you brought me here to dance, then make me dance, make me dance, make me dance as you like. So we develop by confidence, by just knowing I'm a puppet, I'm just in Krishna's hands. And then you'll see that Krishna can do amazing things through you. Krishna is holding everything together. At the end of the Kurukshetra battle, Arjuna said to Krishna, please step off. Krishna says, no, you first. Arjuna came off the chariot, And as soon as Krishna came off the chariot, boom! The whole chariot burst into flames. And Arjun realized Krishna was the one holding it all together. So Krishna is so powerful. In a moment, Krishna can do anything. And he can do it through you. If you become a humble instrument. That's hard. So one book distributor told me, for 30 years I've just been trying to get out of the way. Get my false ego out of the way and just let Krishna work through me. So the devotees can do the most bold things. Srila Prabhupada, he just went around the world and he challenged PhD professors. I'll debate with you. He had so much confidence because Krishna is backing me up. Srila Prabhupada was so confident, he came to America, 40 rupees. So confident. Because he knew Krishna can do anything. Alright? Yes.
Thank you so much for that class. Prabhuji, how do we use our occupation? Like we might be working in IT or cleaning job or in a fast food company. How do we use that occupation in service to Krishna?
It was okay till you said fast food. Cleaning, IT, but fast food. Krishna says, or in the Bhagavatam is mentioned, God, I'm trying to remember the verse. Mind blank. Pranerarthe dhiya vacha shreya acharanam sada. How does that verse begin? It's going to annoy me now. I have to get it. Forgot it. Okay, anyway. I'm still trying to remember. His mind is so... In the Bhagavatam it's mentioned that with 4 things you can serve Krishna. Prana, your life air. Artha, your wealth. Dhiya, your intelligence. And Vacha, your words. So whatever occupation you're doing, what happens is that you get certain benefits from your occupation, isn't it? The first thing is you get money. So give your money to Krishna. Simple. That's a simple one. Easier said than done. But not just that, you develop certain knowledge, certain skills, certain aptitudes. If you're doing IT, then you learn so many things. So can you use that for Krishna? Third thing is when you're in an occupation, you have some influence. You have a network of people. So how can you now utilize that influence to serve Krishna? Fourth thing is that when you work, you're in contact with people. Right? Like Jayananda, he was driving a taxi. So he would just preach to all the people who would, come into the taxi. Captive audience. Can't run away. Listen to Krishna. So you can speak to people about Krishna. Jarideka, Tarikaha, Krishna Upadesh, Amara Agyaya Guru, Hanatare E Desh. Whoever you meet, just tell them about Krishna. So there's so many ways if you want to really bring Krishna into the equation and utilize your occupation and all these things. It's actually quite easy. You just have to have a desire to want to do it. Right. Ultimately, you'll use your occupation for something. Either we'll use it for our enjoyment, our prestige, or we'll take our occupation and use it for Krishna's enjoyment, use it for making Krishna more famous. Right? So wherever you are, just bring Krishna into the equation. Once we had a teacher, he's a devotee teacher, and he was from a Sri Lankan background. So Sri Lanka, long surnames. So the head teacher said to him, I'm not discriminating against you, but your surname is so long. It's going to be hard for the kids to say, like Mr. every time, it's like very long, Do you have an alternative name? So he said, yeah, they can just call me Goranga, Mr. Goranga. So all day the kids are like, Goranga, Goranga, Mr. Goranga, Goranga, Goranga. Getting so much benefit, isn't it? Chanting Goranga's names. So just bring Krishna into the equation somehow in your occupation. That would be nice. It's 9 o'clock. I don't know what we should do because everyone has a busy day ahead as well. Maybe we'll finish here. Is that okay? And then another day. Alright everyone, thank you so much. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande.
So we also have one more Bhagavatam class on Sunday, Bhagavataraj, which is the last one. We have missed out any other Bhagavatam classes, please do come on Sunday. Also we have some nice books by Maharaj on the book table. So there are 4 books we have at the moment. So if anyone would like to get these books, Maharaj can sign them as well. So please come here and grab your books. The price is on the table. Contact Gate Prabhu if you don't have cash. He has an app.
I just say that verse because it's in my mind. I got it. Etava janma safalyam dehinam iha dehishu pranirarthe dhiya vacha shreya acharanam sada. It's a beautiful verse. If you want to make your life janma safalya, if you want to make your life successful, just utilize your life, your wealth, your intelligence and your words for Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. No. Thank you so much. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, I'll just say something very quick about these books. So this book, Tattva, is just different articles and also questions and answers. Oftentimes we have very similar questions that we ask. So it goes through some of the main questions that people ask. This is an overview of the Bhagavatam. So it's got all 12 cantos of the Bhagavatam summarized in one book with different infographics and other things. And this is a summary of the Gita. It goes through the Gita 3 times, but it gives you different exercises and thought experiments. If some of you are also teaching the Gita to others, then you can utilize this. It may help. And this is an overview of the Gita, chapter by chapter, in a way which anyone can memorize every chapter of the Gita. So, Hare Krishna.